Good afternoon, students. So today I am going to teach for class 9 science subject, chapter 1, matter in our surroundings. So before starting to the class, so whoever wants to join my online class can join the classes. Okay. So let's start the class. Matter in our surroundings. As we look at our surroundings, we see a large variety of things with different shapes, sizes, and textures. So if we are looking at our surroundings, then we will be observing variety of things with different shapes, right? Shapes, size, and textures of the things. Okay? Everything in this universe is made up of material which scientists have named matter. So, in this universe, which is made up of materials, the scientists have named it as a matter. The air we breathe, the food we eat, stones, clouds, stars, plants, and animals, even a small drop of water or a particle of sand. So, if we see the air, we are by taking air we are breathing, right? So we take the food, okay? We eat the food and the stones, clouds, stars, plants and animals, even a small drop of water or a particle of a sand, everything is related to matter. Okay. We can also see as we look around that all the things mentioned above occupy space and have mass. So if we look at around surroundings, then the things are mentioned, then the things are occupying the space and mass of a particular place. Okay. In other words, they have both mass and volume. So in other words, we can say that things are occupying the space and mass. So in other words, we can mention it as a mass and the volume of a space. Okay. Things are occupying the space. Okay. Space. Since early times, human beings have been trying to understand their surroundings. So, since earlier times, the human beings are trying to understand the surroundings. Okay. Early Indian philosopher classified matter in the form of a five basic elements. So, there was an Indian philosopher. He classified matter in five basic elements in the form of a five basic elements. Okay. The Panchatattva related to air, earth, fire, sky, and water. So these are the Panchatattva. Okay. The Indian philosopher has classified the matter into five forms of basic elements, which is related to air, earth, fire, sky, and water. We will be calling it as a Panchatattva. Okay. So this is a Sanskrit word Panchatattva. According to them, everything, living or non-living, was made up of these five basic elements. So, according to everything, living and non-living can be made up of these five basic elements. Okay? Ancient Greek philosopher had arrived at a similar classification of matter. So, in ancient Greek philosophers, when they had arrived at a similar classification of matter. So, they have known about this classification of matter. Okay. Modern days, scientists have evolved two types of classification of matter based on their physical properties and chemical nature. Okay. So in modern days, scientists have evolved two types of classification of matters based on their physical properties and chemical nature. In this chapter, we shall learn about matter based on their physical properties. Okay? In this chapter, we will be further learning about a matter based on their physical properties. Okay? Chemical aspects of matter will be taken up in subsequent chapters. So we will be also studying about the chemical aspects of matter. Okay? So next, 1.1 physical nature of a matter. So we will be knowing about the physical nature of a matter. Matter is made up of a particles. So matter is made up of a particles. For a long time, two schools of thought prevailed regarding the nature of matter. So for a long time ago, two schools just prevailed regarding the nature of a matter. One school believed matter to be a continuous like a block of wood. So one school believed that matter can be a continuous block of a wood. Okay. Whereas the other thought that matter was made up of a particles like a sand. So other schools has thought about the matter as a they are made up of a particles like the sand. Okay. Let us perform an activity to decide about the nature of matter, it is continuous or particulate. So if we perform the activity to decide the nature of a matter, it is a continuous or a particulate, we are going to see by performing the activity. So here are some points. The SI unit of mass is a kilogram, means kg. The SI unit of volume is a cubic meter, meter cube. So the common unit of measuring volume is liter, and such that 1 liter is equal to 1 decimeter cube. Okay, 1 liter is equal to 1000 ml and 1 ml is equals to 1 centimeter cube. So these are the units, okay, which we have to know. So now we will be seeing the activity. Activity 1.1. Take 100 ml beaker, fill half the beaker with water and mark the level of water. So we have to take the beaker like this and we have to pour the water and we have to mark the water level. Okay. After that, dissolve some salt. So we have to add salt to it. We have to add the salt to it. Some salt is added or sugar. So we will be taking a salt. Okay. With the help of a glass rod, we have to dissolve the salt so that it has to be completely dissolved in the water. Okay. So observe any changes in the water. So after dissolving it in the water, you have to observe the changes, whether it is fully dissolved or not. Any changes are observed in this water level. Okay. What do you think has happened to the salt? So they are asking about that what do you think what is happening to the salt, the water, which is present in the water. Okay. Where does it disappear? So why salt is disappearing after dissolving it in water? That is the question. Does the level of water changes after dissolving the salt? Whether the level of the water is changed or not? They are asking. Okay. So to answer these questions, we will be seeing one the class. Okay. In order to answer these questions, we need to use the idea that matter is made up of particles. So we have to, if we want to answer the above questions, then we have to use some ideas like matter is made up of particles. Okay. What was there in the spoon, salt or sugar, has now spread throughout water. This is illustrated in figure 1. So here, what was there in the spoon? So in the spoon, the salt is present, okay, and salt or sugar. In the spoon, salt is present, okay, has not spread throughout the water. So after adding it to the water, this has been spreaded throughout the water, okay. So this process is shown in figure 1.1. Where we dissolve salt in water, the particles of salt get into spaces between particles of water. So when we are dissolving salt in the water, particles of salt is dissolved, which are present space in between this water particles. Okay. How small are these particles of matter? Activity 1.2. Activity 1.2. Take 3 crystals of potassium permanganate and dissolve them in 100 ml of water. So you have to see further how small are these particles of matter. Okay, by doing this activity. So we have to take 2 to 3 crystals of potassium permanganate and we have to dissolve it in water. Okay. So next. So after that, take out approximately 10 ml of this solution and put it in 90 ml of clear water. So after dissolving potassium permanganate to this solution, we have to take 10 ml of solution and we have to take the 10 ml and we have to add it to the 90 ml of clear solution. Okay. Likewise, we have to transfer simultaneously to the each beaker. Okay. So if this is the condition of the beaker, so in this we are making the solution into 100 ml. Means we are adding 90 ml of water and so we are taking in 100 ml of water, we are adding the crystals of potassium carbonate. So in 100 ml of water, in 100 ml of water, we are adding 2 to 3 crystals of potassium carbonate. Okay, potassium carbonate. Okay, so when we are making this 100 ml of potassium carbonate, from this beaker, we are collecting the 10 ml of the solution. Okay. After that, when we are collecting 10 ml from this beaker, so the remaining will be the 90 ml. Okay. So again we have to take another beaker. We have to take 90 ml water in this. So in this 90 ml of water, we are going to add this 10 ml of potassium permanganate solution to this, so that it will be becoming 100 ml. Okay, we understood. So likewise, we have to transfer. We have to take again 10 ml from this, and we have to transfer this 10 ml to this 90 ml of clear solution. Likewise, we have to transfer to the other beaker also simultaneously. So estimating how small are the particles of matter with every dilution till the color becomes light, it is still visible. So as we are transferring the 10 ml solution, the color is decreasing. Okay, it is lightened. Okay, the color is lightened. So this experiment shows just a few crystals of potassium permanganate can color a large volume of water, about 1,000. So this experiment can be shown shows that few crystals of potassium permanganate color can change color in a large volume of water. Okay, about 1,000. Okay. Now, so we conclude that there must be millions of tiny particles in just one crystal of potassium permanganate. So, in, the, in millions of tiny particles, only one crystal of potassium permanganate is present, okay, which keeps on dividing themselves into smaller and smaller particles, which divides smaller particles, okay, by themselves itself. The same activity can be done using 2 ml of Dettol instead of potassium carbonate. The same activity can be, the above experiment can be repeated with the Dettol also. So the smell can be detected even on repeated dilution. So we can observe the smell in this case. Okay, Dettol smell with their repeated dilutions. The particles of matter are very small. They are small beyond our imagination. So particles of matter are very small. They are small beyond our imagination. Okay. So 1.2 characteristics of particles of matter. So we will be seeing this in our further class, that is tomorrow. So if you like my teaching, then you can join through my online classes. Okay. So that's all for today. Thank you for joining my class. Bye bye.